Defending champions Cameroon's run was cut short by Nigeria in a 5-goal thriller, while the hearts of an entire nation came crushing as South Africa eliminates host Egypt. Brazil ends 10-year trophy drought as they hosted and won this year's Copa America with a 3-1 win over Peru. And of course, defending champions, the US defeated European champions, the Netherlands, 2-0 in Paris to win this year's Women's World Cup competition. Thanks for honoring our invitation on Africa News. Football Planet starts right now. Welcome to Football Planet. A series of dazzling and unpredictable events have made headlines at the ongoing Africa Cup of Nations in Egypt. Madagascar created a sensational feat, putting an end to the DRC's run in the competition. A move by their president must have paid off as the debutants twice led the game, fueled by a great push from the stands. The game finally ended 2-2 after regular play and penalties had to decide the fate, of which Madagascar progressed to the last 8 of the competition. And then on Friday, Benin haven't qualified from the group stage with 3 draws and no win, as opposed to their Moroccan opponents with 3 wins. 10-man Benin pulled the game into penalty shootouts after Morocco failed to convert from 12 yards with a penalty that could seal qualification and prevent any extra time. Then came the blistering and nerve-wracking shootout exercise where Benin scored 4 while Morocco missed out on 2 penalties. That victory guarantees at least a top 8 finish for Benin, who heavily relied on patches of their supporters in the stands. In the other game played on Friday, Sadio Mane of Senegal failed to isolate himself as the competition's top scorer as he missed a second penalty in the competition after having put the Teranga Lions ahead in the opening minutes against Uganda. Senegal went on to win the game by 1-0 to secure a quarter-final place. Another end of the journey was recorded by the defending champions Cameroon, who suffered another heart-aching defeat from neighbors Nigeria. Stefan Baoken opened his account with the Lions, while Clinton J made it 2, and then a gallows brace leveled things up, while Alex Iwobi gave the Super Eagles the winning goal.
It was a difficult game. We know it's going to be difficult right from the start, but we are very composed because we know Cameroon are a very physical team and we are very fast. We know if we keep the ball more and we're going to get some space to do some damages, you know. Even though when we are down 2-1, we still believe that if we keep pushing that way, the way we start the game, we'll get goals. So second half, the goals came in, and I'm very happy.
Following the exit of the defending champions on Saturday, we now have a former Indomitable Lions shot stopper, Joseph Antoine Bell, who joins us from Egypt. Thanks a lot. Seedorf has been criticized heavily after that game for having had a lot of alterations. That is 4 matches, 4 different starting 11. Do you second that opinion?
I think that presenting the case as if the rotations proved something would be wrong. Because if we want to compare immediately, even in 2017, there was a change of players. The issue is not at this level. For me, it's about looking at whether this team played well. And it turns out that the team didn't play well. In any case, the first 3 games were not at all convincing. As a result, this run of 16 March was approached with a state of mind with us wondering where we were going. The real question is that when you play, everyone likes to look at the results. But you also have to look at how to contain your team's performance. It is in this context that Seedorf is being blamed, because we have almost never seen acceptable game from this team.
So are we solely blaming the coach for this defeat?
I do not know if it comes back to the coach. Remember that no matter what you do, a football match ends on the football field. So if you didn't sleep well at night, didn't eat well, didn't train well, or you didn't travel well, you'd be on the field and be judging. If we didn't say anything prior, it's because the conditions were met. So I can't know the conditions of the national team. So as an observer, I observe the team in the fields, and I don't go at all into the daily life of the team. If you come to me with questions about the game, I'm not going to start by talking about Cameroon's politics or the environment of the Cameroon national team.
Now, speaking of hovering around the team, there is an audio circulating on social media which claims to be revelations of a particular player that was not finally selected for this AFCON by Seedorf. He speaks of a huge interference as well as manipulation within the ranks of the Indomitable Lions of Cameroon. Have you come across that audio?
As an observer, I don't need to know about this. These are the problems that concern Cameroonians and their authorities. I speak as an observer, and I observe the team playing on the fields. Now, if in training they have drunk wine and not water, if instead of sleeping in their bed, they have slept on the floor, I'm not there to see that. The authorities and Cameroonians will be the judge of that. I saw elsewhere the others were eliminated. The president of the federation resigned the same night after firing the coach. The same night. He learns from his failure. So the lessons of failure are not for me to learn. It is up to Cameroonians and officials to know how their team works. I am not qualified to go digging and know how the team works. These players you're talking about are Cameroonian players, so they are the disposal of the political authorities and the federal government. You know, if you drink without control, of course everything can happen. But normally, if these things you describe have happened within the national team, there are authorities who should have realized it before. It's far too easy now to realize that. They are in charge of this team on behalf of the Cameroonians, ensuring that they operate and anticipate so that this kind of thing does not happen.
Joseph-Antoine Bell, former Indomitable Lions shot stopper, speaking to us there from Egypt. The shock of the day was presented as a cold dish for host Egypt after recording a 100% group stage win with 3 wins. The Pharaohs were stalled by South Africa, who only managed to slip through the group stage as one of the best third-place teams in the competition. A last-effort blow by Thembinkosi Lodge at the 85th minute brought down the walls of the Cairo International Stadium as the goal came when it was least expected. All efforts of the Reds were cancelled out diligently by Bafana Bafana as they sailed through. A result that came with huge consequences as the president of the Egyptian Football Association, Hani Abu Rida, who led the FA since 2016, resigned few hours after the defeat and in the course sacked his technical team, including the head coach, Xavier Aguirre. And then we chose to know the man who might just have scored the most important goal for South Africa in the last decade. Algeria on Sunday comfortably edged Guinea by 3-0 to make it to the last 8. Sadio Mane failed to isolate himself as top scorer after missing 2 penalties this far, while the list of top scorers keeps growing. Host nation Brazil were too strong for Peru at the finals of the 2019 Copa America as they put 3 past them to be crowned champions of the continent. The 3-1 victory ended a 10-year trophy drought period for Brazil, whose last win was at the 2009 FIFA Confederations Cup.
Brazil won their 9th Copa America on Sunday, beating Peru 3-1 in a pole-sitting contest at the Maracana Stadium. The hosts took the lead after 15 minutes thanks to some brilliant skill from Gabriel Jesus. The Manchester City forward bamboozled two defenders and crossed for the unmarked Everton to fire home from close range. Peru, however, equalized at the 44th minute. Gabriel scored the winner just seconds to the end of the first half, thanks to a well-managed effort by captain Dani Alves.
As I said earlier, the captain of our ship is Titus. It's not me or any player. I simply represent the players. The honor is back to be able to raise this issue on behalf of all our players who have fought so hard to be here. And we have achieved our goal. And so, congratulations to us, to our country, and I repeat, especially to our coaches.
Though Gabriel had been sent off after a second yellow card, Brazil had the final say when substitute Richarlison made it 3-1 with a penalty in the final minute of regular time. It was Brazil's first major title since they won the Copa America in 2007.
Brazil's shot-stopper Alisson Becker won the Golden Glove after conceding just to Peru in the finals. Everton, who also scored in the finals, was decorated with the Golden Shoe, while captain Daniel Alves was the MVP of the competition. The United States claimed a record-extending fourth Women's World Cup with a 2-0 win over European champions, the Netherlands, thanks to goals by Megan Rapinoe and Rose Lavelle. That was on Sunday. More sports news on Africa News and africanews.com. From myself and the crew, it's bye-bye for now.